everyone, I'm Tracy Pattin and this is Sizzlecaster.com for another webisode of New Media Talk and personal branding, and I am here interviewing across the miles via Skype Marci Baun, who has wildchildpublishing.com. Hi Marci.
Hi Tracy, it's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you via Skype. I just love this. So how are you doing today?
Very good.
Good. And so let's talk all about e-publishing, because that's your focus, right, for your publishing company?
Yes.
So can you tell everyone, because as we know, the publishing world, and you that are viewing this know probably that the publishing world has gone through a lot of changes, and there's the Kindle and there's a lot of ebooks. There are a lot of ebooks out there. So what exactly is e-publishing?
Well, e-publishing is the publishing of books, but they're in electronic format.
Okay.
So rather than in print, you have them in either PDF or Kindle format or EPUB format, and it's something that you would read on your PDA, on your iPhone, on your iPad, on your computer, on your Kindle, your Sony, whatever reader that you prefer.
And from what I've read, Marci, the e-publishing is really taking off. I mean, Amazon, I guess it's the Kindle that is the #1 selling product on Amazon now, so that indicates that e-publishing is on its way up and up, right?
Yes. The percentages for sales in ebooks, you still have to realize that ebooks is a small percentage of the market. However, every year we are increasing the number of sales of ebooks is like 240% from the year before.
And so, I mean, I think that's so exciting, because to create an ebook for us, I think a lot of entrepreneurs are creating ebooks, and I happen to be a writer, so I find it thrilling. Talk to us about what it takes to create an ebook.
Well, it's very much like print, because you still require the editing. You still need a good cover.
Okay.
Cover is key. People are going to be looking at that. You're still going to want people to have a proofreader, because a lot of times the editor will have gone through it, but after 4 or 5 times of seeing the manuscript, it's good to have a proofreader or copy line editors go through and look through it. So you still have a lot of the expenses that you would have with a print book, but with an ebook now, you're not going to put it into print. You're going to put it into a format that is able to be read in an electronic format.
Yeah.
So it'll be on computer, the readers, right. The iPhone, the iPad.
Right, and it's more immediate, essentially, right? It's to me, it seems like it's more immediate for the content creator. It's a little more immediate than the old way of publishing a book.
Yes, it is a little more immediate than the old way. Although I can tell you that a lot of the publishers that are established and have been around for a while, we now have long enough queues that it can take from almost a year from the time that you sign the contract until the book is actually released.
Okay, and I've always heard that an ebook should be around like 50 pages, maybe 80 pages, and the shorter the better. Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay.
We sell some of our best ebook sellers. Are 70, 80, 90,000 words.
Oh, okay. So how many now for the novice, because not all of us know the per word, how many pages does that sort of work out to be?
Well, if you think of like an 8.5 by 11 page,
okay,
if you were looking at Word,
okay,
that 90,000 words, I'd have to.
I mean, so you're saying like 100, 200 pages, like the average size of a book.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's talk specifically, Marci, about what you do at Wild Child Publishing, and I love that name, by the way. I love Wild Child, and I was looking on your site and looking at some of the books, and they look really interesting. So tell us all about your company.
Well, we are primarily fiction. Well, we publish both fiction and nonfiction. Our focus has been more on fiction in the beginning because nonfiction is, I would say, a little more challenging in that you need to make sure if it's a how-to or if it's something that's on like marketing, or if it's something that is not a biography or autobiography. All of that stuff you need to be able to make sure that person has the qualifications, and that also that all the information that they are giving you is accurate. And that requires a lot of research. And you know, sometimes you find that people will submit things and they're just not what you need in order to be able to publish it. So we focused a lot more on fiction. And the fiction, we pretty much have all the genres except for erotica and porn.
Okay.
Because Wild Child Publishing is, for the most part, I would say, family friendly.
Okay.
Some of our horror really should be read more by adults.
Okay, so family friendly. Okay.
Yes.
And okay.
All of our romances, you could easily be okay with, say, your 16, 17, or 18-year-old reading it and not being worried that they're going to read something that they shouldn't.
Okay. And Marci, how did you come up with the name Wild Child?
Well, I'm a little bit of a wild child.
Okay, okay, good.
Not so much now, but I was a little bit of a wild child. Did not conform to societal pressures, I guess you could say.
Because, you know, I talk a lot about personal branding, and clearly you've taken your passion from what I've read about you and turned it into your personal brand. And that's what I do, what we do at Sizzlecaster is turn that passion into your personal brand. So having you be able to connect with the name of your company, I think is really important. So it's good. That makes sense. Wild Child, and I imagine people are drawn to the name.
Yeah, we get a lot of compliments on the name. I think in everybody there is a little bit of the wild child or the desire
Yes.
to be a little wild. And also we get a lot of compliments on the logo with the woman leaping.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love your logo. So I mean, because I think you're a really good example of good personal branding. And I say personal brand when I'm talking about smaller businesses as opposed to gigantic corporations. And I have to say, I saw on The View today, speaking about branding and advertising, and Donnie Deutsch was talking about the commercials on the Super Bowl, which is the only reason why I watch the Super Bowl. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. But the Darth Vader, not the Darth Vader, the Darth Vader one. Yes, he as the most popular, and it was the little Darth Vader with the kid, with the little baby on the bed, and he made the point that it was the most popular because it's a simple human story. So, and you're all about story, and so I think for branding, the simple human story where people get to know who you are is it's a very powerful way to get your brand out there. What do you think?
I agree. I think personally, you need to appeal to people something within that person that also appeals to you. Because if you can't back up your brand and you don't feel a connection to it, then there's no way that you can go out and promote it or talk to people about it with any sort of passion. Exactly,
and that probably transcends to writers, even to fiction writers, because they've got to connect with their material, and there is a part of themselves, or a big part of themselves in their stories that they really connect with, I imagine.
Yeah, it's true. There's no question that writers need to be very passionate about what they're writing, and then they need to be willing to go out and talk to people, whether it is through social networking, whether it's through interviews, whether it's through Twitter, whether it's through Facebook.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll be looking for your books.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. I'm Tracy Pattin, and this is Sizzlecaster.com. So remember to turn your passion into your personal brand. We'll see you next time.